We are back with our oldest guest and one of our favorite guests, direct from the Renaissance Pleasure Fair, Sir Francis Drake. Good afternoon, sir.
What an honor and privilege to be in your company again.
Well, you look marvelous. You haven't aged a bit, and you are an inspiration to all of us. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you.
We want to take a quick look at the fair. To those who haven't been there, let's take a peek. Great look at the fair, and Sir Francis, things were quite different back in the 16th century.
Of course they were. We were ruled by a woman, Queen Elizabeth herself, who was there at the fair with all her fine court and grand display. And of course your common life was much different in that day, but we tried to bring it to life with a little bit of living history there at the fair.
And you celebrate springtime at the fair, and that life is short, and you should be merry and enjoy it.
Oh, indeed, all of our 12 stages are filled with the festivals of the time, dancing, music from very much around the world. This was the age of exploration, so it's a chance to feast and to drink and celebrate springtime.
And the fair is at the wonderful Santa Fe Dam Recreation Area in the city of Irwindale, and it's 7 weekends, starting April 5th.
April 5th through the 18th of May on weekends from 10 in the morning till 7 in the eve, 9 good hours of play.
And the food there are plentiful and delightful.
Oh, we had the honor and privilege of having you in attendance last year. What did you eat there?
It was the turkey leg, of course, and the corn I love.
Excellent. We had a chance to introduce you to the assemblage there at the Lord Mayor's show just before the arrival of the Queen, as I do remember.
They gave us some hurrahs for some reason that escapes me at the moment.
We raised a good cheer for you there. You're in good company. Some 1,000 performers know your worth.
It's a wonderful experience. It transports you in time and space, and it just makes you think of another era that had its own assets and it has its problems, but it's a wonderful time.
It's a chance to see art come to life as well. There are the artisans, some 150 craftspeople. Many of them have worked with us for many a year, have perfected their skill in edged weapons and jewelry and leather pouches and the like. So it's a joy not only to be able to festoon yourself in the clothing of the day, and you can rent costumes as well, may I say, but a chance to put your foot to the dance.
And you can actually purchase some of these items and see the artisans actually make them, the beautiful glass blowing, swordsmen. And
oh, indeed, and we have themed weekends as well. On one of the weekends, my particular favorite, it's the swashbuckler weekend. This is a buckler, a shield done by the day, and men such as yourself would clash that sword against the buckler and swashbucklers. So on the first weekend in May, we invite all pirates to come our way.
And of course, there's a wonderful joust at the fair, and they put on a marvelous, marvelous performance.
Oh, men in some 100 pounds of armor riding at each other, attempting to unhorse each other, then do battle there, much like your show.
Let me just mention that in the new issue of our Straight Talk magazine, there's this wonderful ad for the Renaissance Fair. And if you go the first weekend, this coupon here gets you a 2-for-1 admission. So that's very nice.
Indeed, indeed. And we have a school day on the 11th of April, following the theme of art and theater and education. We invite some 10,000 students from the area to come on that Friday. They are surrounded by the characters of the day, and we put them in sword point to teach them the way.
There we go, a little bit of decorum in the classroom back in those days. Now, people did not live very long back then. You got married when you were 12 or 15, kids when you were 18, and you were dead while you were 30.
Aye, indeed. It gives the very stuff of Shakespeare's play, and it gives even more excitement to the dance that day.
Well, Sir Francis, you are the exception to the rule, because here you are hale and hearty and 600 years going. How do you do it?
Well, I have been with the fair for 47 years. I am a very, very slow study.
Now, you mentioned that Queen Elizabeth ruled the day, and that women ruled then, but some things haven't changed.
Oh, indeed, indeed. As a newly married man yourself, you know what it is to be ruled by a woman.
I won't touch that one. Sir Francis, tell us this philosophy of life. You mentioned it on a prior show. It's so powerful, of enjoying life when you have it.
It really is a chance to celebrate. We invite people to come in costume of the day. Of course, you can set your own foot to the play and be a part of the pageants and plays on stage. And so many families come to us because it's something the entire family can do that day. It's not virtual in any way. It is quite the reality of the play.
It is indeed. It's part of the performing arts, and we'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
At Performance Plus Tire, you'll find we carry Toyo tires. For over 50 years, Toyo has been a world leader in the development of high-quality tires. Optimum performance, safety, and a comfortable ride. That's what makes Toyo tires great. And now come into Performance Plus Tire for a great deal on these Toyo tires. Proxys ST, Open Country AT, and Proxys 4. Toyo tires, driven to perform. Come in today and we'll install new Toyo tires on your vehicle while you wait. Performance Plus Tire on Cherry Avenue, 1 mile north of the 405 in Long Beach.
Take care of those who are closest to you, from our family to yours. McCarty's Jewelry, since 1932.
The only candidate with a history of bringing people together, Doug Otto. From the Long Beach Planning Commission to the Aquarium of the Pacific to City College trustee, he's always been on our side. Doug Otto. Investing in 21st century jobs, making City Hall more open and transparent, and an 11-point plan to move Long Beach forward. Doug Otto. Independent and always standing up for what's right. Long Beach's own Doug Otto for mayor.
We are back with Sir Francis, and it just occurred to me, Sir Francis, the entire fair is a stage. You have stages of performing artists at the fair, but the entire fair is a stage.
Oh, indeed, some 21 acres there. You may see the games of the day, throw the javelin, learn sword play yourself, so there's an chance to meet the members of Her Majesty's court. The Celts are there for merry sport.
And characters are walking around the fair interacting with the guests.
And you are surrounded by that very interplay, and parades as well pass you by.
And you, of course, are part of the court of Queen Elizabeth.
Well, I do report to Her Majesty on our good claiming of this coast in Her Majesty's name, and the bringing home of 26 tons of silver, 800 pounds of gold, a treasure to behold.
A very successful voyage, Sir Francis.
Aye, indeed.
So in the final 30 seconds we have, say what you want to our 21st century viewers of your life in the 16th century.
Oh, come join us early in the day with a good appetite for play. 9 hours to caper and roister, wear sensible shoes, and come with a great appetite on our final weekend. We celebrate the brewer's art. God save the cup.
God save the Queen. Sir Francis, we'll see you at the fair.
Indeed, sir.
Thank you for joining us for this wonderful show on the performing arts. Please be with us next week for the next edition of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by the Port of Long Beach, the Press Telegram, and Scan Health Plan. And remember, Straight Talk is viewable 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.